Welcome to my channel. Tonight's scary story is from Reddit. It's from a user, and it's about an elevator in an apartment building. It was my first year living in New York City. I had just moved out of my parents' house and into a large apartment building in Manhattan with my then-boyfriend. The apartment building was old, like most of the buildings in that part of New York. It had a doorman and an elevator that was old but well-maintained. There were 10 floors and an apartment for rent on every floor. The apartments were very cheap, around $800 a month. There were 2 elevators in the building. One was small and only fit about 2 people comfortably. The other was huge and could fit maybe 6 or 8 people. Since there were so many apartments in the building, the elevators were constantly packed during rush hours. One evening, my boyfriend and I were in our apartment on the 9th floor, and we decided to go down to the basement to do laundry. We got into the smaller elevator and I pressed the button for the basement. The doors closed and the elevator started going down. Then suddenly the lights went out and the elevator stopped. I immediately panicked. I started pressing all the buttons, but nothing happened. My boyfriend tried to keep calm, but he was clearly uncomfortable since he had never been in an elevator with me before. Then we started hearing voices outside the elevator. At first it sounded like regular voices, but then we started hearing heavy footsteps near the elevator. My boyfriend and I started screaming for help as the footsteps started getting closer. Then someone started pounding on the elevator doors. As you know, elevators have those little gaps between the doors and the frame. I looked through the gap and saw a man in a business suit. He was clearly drunk and he reeked of stale urine. The man pounded on the glass again and yelled at us to let him in. My boyfriend and I screamed as loud as we could. Then suddenly the lights came back on and the door opened. We got out of the elevator as fast as we could and ran to the laundry room. As soon as we entered the laundry room, we heard the sound of the other elevator coming down. We knew that we weren't safe yet. We waited a few minutes and then we slowly made our way back to the elevators. When we got to the second elevator, we saw the drunk man getting out. He saw us and smiled. Then he stumbled away. After that day, we never used that elevator again. And if we were in the other elevator and we heard someone else in there, we would make sure to get off on their floor. We couldn't believe what had happened. That elevator was clearly haunted by the ghost of a drunk man who liked to scare people. One day, we were telling our neighbor about the ghost elevator, and he told us that he had experienced something similar. He said that he had seen the same drunk ghost in the elevator. The next day, we were getting stuff from the basement and we were taking the smaller elevator again. The doors opened and there was no one in there. But then someone entered. It was the neighbor who had told us his story. He got in and the doors closed. As soon as the elevator started moving, the lights went out again and the elevator stopped. We started hearing footsteps again and the neighbor started screaming. I tried to comfort him, but the ghost must have thought I was the drunk guy because he started pounding on the doors again. This time, the neighbor started banging on the elevator walls. He was clearly terrified. Then suddenly the lights came back on and the elevator continued going up. We got out and the neighbor ran away. I hope this story ends better than the last one. Yeah, I think they should board up that elevator shaft. People shouldn't even be in that building, honestly. I mean, it sounds like something out of The Shining. What a horrible experience. And, yeah, don't take the smaller elevator ever again. Stay away from it. Don't even go near that thing. Never use it. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this scary story, please share it with a friend and subscribe for more content.